everyone, back again. It's Tuesday, and of course this doesn't want to work. It's 11:10 Ohio time. I have my favorite hat on, so hopefully whomever's watching this doesn't say, why do you have a wool cap on inside of the house? Because it's my favorite hat and I wear it everywhere, and it's fleece lined, it's not wool, so it won't scratch my head. Important dates for April. We have an eclipse on 4/20. And that's the portal of change. It's a double moon in Aries, and that's to reconnect with yourself, and that's on the 6th. The eclipse is in Aries as well. Retrograde starts the 21st, the day after the eclipse moon. And you need to watch this time because there's going to be miscommunication with finances. So if you haven't filed your tax return yet, you need to be very careful when you file it, because you could be like less than a month later receiving a letter from the IRS stating there was a mistake. And then that's a huge process. The return needs to be fixed and then amended, then mailed back in. Whole mess of its own. The new moon is communing with Pluto. Anything that doesn't belong in your life will be released at that time. And that's all I have. I'll try to keep reminding you guys that these are coming up. Not that I don't think that you guys aren't smart enough to know what's going on, but it's very difficult to keep up with the astrology. I barely do it now. If I hear it in passing, then I'll like keep an ear out for it. But it's a lot. You have like people this is in Western, this isn't in Vedic. If you want a better education about Vedic, Sam Geppie, Geppie, and KRS Astrology are good people to get the Vedic side from. They're professional, they know it in and out. They're the people that I go to, but I don't really mess with it anymore. First off, in my journey back in 2017, I really got into it and kind of getting away from it. You get pulled and called to do different things. So just like I'm not doing the tarot decks anymore, I'm doing the oracles. So it's all in what you get called to do, and life is ever evolving. So you're not going to be stuck and stagnant at the same place all the time. And I believe this is my calling, so I have to act on it. Okay. I pulled out like 4 decks. We don't know what's going to happen. I need to get more decks because I'm tired of using the same ones. It's getting old. We need a new story, but haven't really found any I like, and I also don't really, the more intricate ones are like $40, $50, and I am not spending that at all. I could take an Uno card deck and we could use that. I mean, there's simple things that you can use because the info comes from up here. The card actually, it's something for you to look at and concentrate on what I'm saying. It's almost like an active meditation is what I tell people. Yeah, so I put everything away. I fucking got tired of looking at it. It's like Christmas. and you have the tree up until March or April, and it had to go, man. You know, I'm using like you know, like room dividers and stuff with my regular furniture and my decoration items, and you know, I'll just interchange those as we go. I have a lot of plants, so yeah, I mean, I'm not like loading up on stuff now. I'm gonna try to get rid of a lot of things. It's just time. Oh, and that was another thing under the new moon. That's communing with Pluto. Anything that doesn't belong needs to go. That's for the people you know and your home. And it coincides with spring. I mean, you're going to clean your closet out. I've already started, and it's the second purge that I've had. I've lost a lot of weight, so the big clothes are going. There's someone else that can use them, and the law of attraction or manifestation, you need to give up something in order to get something new. So you might have to give up those clothes you're not using, or extra bath towels, or, you know, extra makeup that has not been opened. You know, that kind of stuff needs to go. I have no idea what, let's use this. Celtic spirit. I'm still have a low mood, so I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because the full moon is coming and I'm just feeling the effects. You can feel the effects prior to the full moon, and you can feel it up to 6 months after, 3 to 6 months after. The Oak Guardian. And you can bet, if you don't see, remember, I'm not going to repeat it. You guys know. The Gatekeeper. Some of these are in the read from last night. Surrender. Cards are following me. You see me shuffling. And I shuffle really good. I wash them in between. I've been using oregano and sweet basil. They both, those both kill fungus. They're antibacterial. They kill fungus and they kill any like viruses. And not that anybody's touching these but me, but the energy comes through, and I want to make sure the energy stays clean. So I don't use the sage and a palo stick, because all you're doing is cleaning this side and this side. You're not getting into the inside of the deck. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. At least in my lineage. Bloodwine. Blood You Wed, I think it's called. I don't know. It's the owl. Bottom of the deck, Standing Stones. I like it right here because I have my ring light on, but I have the light coming from the window. If you hear my birds, sorry. This is the time of day that they're really active. They're on a schedule, and they sleep from 8 o'clock at night till 7 in the morning. Then they get up. They're really active till like 2, and then they sleep from like 2 and then get up at 5, and then they're active again till like 8 o'clock at night. So it's weird. And then they have a little bird bath, and they use that from like 10 to 11. They're like crazy. I never knew birds had schedules like that, but it's okay. The Oak Guardian, he guards the door, and he has an open mind. He can provide you answers if you ask. And this is the threshold. The threshold to walk into a new situation, new life. The Gatekeeper is along the same lines as the Oak Guardian. I'm looking at the numbers. This is a 5 and this is a 2. They're both for the same thing. He has abundance. This is the gate, and he's watching it. But he doesn't have a mouth, so he can't give advice. This is whom you go to first. This is whom you go second. Because he's going to provide what you need. The answers that you need. In order to get to your transformation, you're going to need wisdom and power. And that's where this little guy comes in. Now, we've been focusing on the crescent moon here and here. So it could be by the crescent moon that you're going to receive a raise at work, some kind of money coming into you that you're expecting. I hate to say that. You're going to have unexpected income. That gets people like riled up, and they might go spend what they have thinking they have something else coming in. That's like not reality. Unless you know that you're getting an inheritance, you're borrowing money from somebody. Even if you borrow money from the bank, you're not assured to get it, because you could be denied for that loan. So that myth of you're getting a shitload of money, bullshit. I was an accountant and I understand reality. These cards also speak about keeping your finances in order. We're in an unstable economy right now, and you never know what's going to happen. It's my advice that you open annuities, because they don't crash down like a savings account and a checking account, a fixed annuity. They're automatically insured to stay at what they are and what you have in it. They're the most secure form of asset. I also recommend taking out money from the bank and having it in your house just in case. Because how that one bank snafu happened, they all lost their money and their money wasn't able to be recovered. I don't know if the government's stepping in and doing something about it and having the bank pay up back to those people, but regardless, they're having to wait until the problem's figured out. So your best off is keeping at least $1,000, or in your bank account, you want to be able to keep enough that can sustain you for at least 3 months. Emergency fund. If you need help managing, check out Dave Ramsey. He's a Christian dude, and I don't care. I'm not Christian, but he's got some damn good advice about how to handle your money in everyday language. So this is talking about money. Now that I veered off, you need to be the gatekeeper. And if you have to surrender to do it, then you need to stop spending. You need to stop loaning your money out. And do what is needed to be able to get yourself a nest egg. It's the utmost importance right now. Because the next thing that's probably going to happen is another housing crash, like in 2008. And we barely, as a nation, recovered from that. there were a whole mess of people that were given house loans, Fannie Mae from the government. And they really had no business being in those houses. They barely could afford them. Well, when the housing crash came and the jobs washed up and moved away, they were screwed. They couldn't recover. They had to get out of their house. They had to go rent apartments. Their credit was screwed. The government, even though they gave those loans, the government didn't make good on what happened to them. It was pretty much, oh, well, it's your fault. You should have known that you didn't have enough to be in here. A lot of people were left destitute. Food prices, gas, it's all gone up. You need to really save. Ask yourself, do I really need that item? Or can it wait? Ramsey talks about if you're at the store and you're buying clothes, you try the clothes on, you don't buy them that day. You go home and you really think about it, because usually it's 24 to 48 hours after you've purchased something that you wish you really wouldn't have purchased it because you're not going to wear it or use it. So maybe go home, don't buy it impulsively, unless it's something like hygiene products, you know. If it's clothing, big ticket item, you know, going to concerts, going on vacation, you know, high dollar ticket items, you know, vehicles, which the best time to buy cars at the end of the year, not now. It's like December 31st, actually, the last day of the year. Just be careful of your spending. I feel like there's something coming up. If you watch all the trends, it's coming. And you don't want to be out on your ass with no safety net. The food bills alone and the gas and the utilities make up for a huge percentage of your income. That's all I have. I'm going to come back on with something else. Somebody needed to hear this, or everyone needed to hear it. It's summer time. Summertime. Everybody wants to have fun, but you can have fun for less money and on the dime. Hiking, biking, you know, maybe treat yourself once or twice a month to go out to dinner and go to an activity. This dude's not going to be able to get you out of every situation that you're going to have. Amazon let over 90,000 people go. So that should, I forget what the report was, but it was a pretty high number, and it was pretty shocking. And they're one of the biggest employers behind Walmart. Target falls underneath that. So, word to the wise. That's all I got, man. Talk to you later.